Yesterday was my younger brother Brian's wedding. My boyfriend Kamau, who's a Nairobi-based lawyer, and I were getting ready to return to the city. Before checking out of the hotel in Naivasha, I opened my mobile banking app to pay the bill. But what I saw froze me in place. Kamau, my voice trembled. What is it? He asked. My account. 1,100,000 Kenyan shillings is gone. Gone? What do you mean? Kamau leaned in concerned. I turned the screen toward him with a shaking hand. There was over 1.3 million Kenyan shillings here last weekend. Now there's only 210,000 Kenyan shillings. Kamau's frown deepened as he took my phone and checked the transaction history. A string of transfers I didn't recognize flashed on the screen. 260,000 Kenyan shillings to a credit card under my sister Wanjiku's name. 480,000 Kenyan shillings to an account belonging to her husband, Martin, and another 360,000 Kenyan shillings to my mother's M-Pesa. All processed the previous night, while I was in the shower. I couldn't speak. I didn't authorize any of this. Someone accessed your account, Kamau said, his voice tight. We need to call the bank immediately. Just as we stepped into the hotel lobby, my mother called. Strange timing. Nyambura, thank you for yesterday, she said casually. Brian was so happy. Mom, I need to ask you something. I tried to keep my voice calm. Several large transfers were made from my account last night. Do you know anything about that? She paused, then gave a bright laugh. Oh, that. It was actually less than I expected. Her words stunned me. What do you mean? Wanjika said she saw your bank balance and we thought, well, you've been blessed. So we agreed to share it. I felt my stomach drop. Martin had apparently said, you always have money just lying there. Think of it as your contribution to Brian's wedding. Kamau saw my face and leaned in. I put the call on speaker. Mum, that's theft, I said, voice trembling. Oh, don't be so dramatic. We're family, aren't we? You're single, doing well. Of course you should support the rest of us. Kamau took the phone. Hello. I'm Nyambura's partner. What you've done is illegal. Accessing her account without consent is a criminal offense. Oh, the lawyer, my mum said coldly. Stay out of our family affairs. I took the phone back. Mum, how did you even get my login details? Ask your sister, she said. And hung up. We checked out and got into the car. Kamau squeezed my hand in silence. Let's go to my parents' house, I said. I want to hear this from them. 30 minutes later we stood at their doorstep in Westlands. Before I could knock, Kamau touched my shoulder. Breathe. Stay calm. I nodded and knocked. It was Martin who opened the door. Nyambura? I thought you'd left already. I walked straight into the living room. My parents, Wanjiku and Martin, were there. Their conversation halted. Martin still had that smug grin on his face. How did you get into my account? I asked, barely holding it together. Wanjiku shrugged. You left your phone on the bed while you showered. Your password was easy, same one you always use. Why? I asked hoarse. Martin responded like it was nothing. Because we needed it. You live large, alone. We're raising kids. Rage bubbled inside me. That doesn't justify stealing. Don't exaggerate, Mum said like she was calming a tantrum. My father didn't even look up from his paper. Kamau stepped forward. Nyambura has supported all of you for years. She paid for Brian's laptop, bought school supplies for Wanjiku's kids. Isn't that enough? Wanjiku scoffed. She's single. No children. We have responsibilities. Do you know how much school fees cost these days? Martin added, and it wasn't even much. You make millions. This was just a small share. My mind flashed through memories. The shopping lists Wanjiku sent for her son's birthday, where even the cheapest item was 40,000 Kenyan shillings. I had wanted to say no. But Mum guilt-tripped me. You can't buy your nephew a gift? I had bought that expensive tablet. Now I saw it differently. I wasn't generous. I was being used. I want it back. Every shilling, I said. Martin laughed. Too late. We used it for Brian's wedding, cleared some bills, and bought a few things. Like what? The smartwatch Martin wanted. Same as the one you flaunt around, Wanjiku said. That was a gift from Kamau. For my promotion, I said breathless. You're always so sensitive, Mum snapped. It's normal to lend and borrow in families. This wasn't borrowing. This was theft, Kamau said. Dad finally looked up. Young man, don't drag the law into family issues. I stood there. My family. The people I had stood by. But to them I was just a wallet. Let's go, Kamau said quietly. As we turned to leave, Wanjiku called out, Don't be so bitter. You'll recover that money faster than we ever could. We needed it more. I turned. She was serious. No shame. Goodbye, I said. Don't ever contact me again. I broke down in the car. Kamau rubbed my back. Nyambura, what they did was criminal. If this had been a stranger, would you have hesitated to go to the police? I shook my head. Then why is it different just because they share your blood? If anything, they should have protected you. We drove to Brian's place. He was supposed to be packing for his honeymoon but looked tired. You okay? He asked. Brian, 1.1 million Kenyan shillings was stolen from me. Wanjiku, Martin, Mum, even Dad were involved. He sat down, stunned. I didn't know. I swear. I knew they were stressed about money, but I never thought they'd do this. They said it was a gift for my wedding. I'm not blaming you, I said. What will you do? I'm not sure yet, but I can't just let it go. I understand. Please. If you can, don't destroy the family. I didn't break this family, I said coldly. Later at our apartment, Kamau brewed coffee while I sat in silence. Feeling better? He asked. I can't believe they used me like this. You're kind. But this time is different. They crossed a legal line. You're saying I should go to the police? Yes. They're the ones who did wrong. Not you. The next day, Kamau returned with a large file. I spoke to a colleague who handles financial crimes. This happens more than we think. High earners get targeted. We began compiling evidence. M-Pesa logs, bank records, emails. I was shocked. In just the past year, I had sent my family over 2 million Kenyan shillings. Kamau brought a lawyer friend named Aking. This is financial abuse, she said. Family doesn't give them immunity. She looked me in the eyes. If this had happened to Kamau, what would you advise him? To go to the police, I whispered. Exactly. Ian, let's do it, I said. Let's go to the financial crimes unit. The officer there, Inspector Njeri, was calm and kind. Tell me everything, she said. Kamau explained the details while I recounted the timeline. We handed her the evidence. This is strong, she said. We'll begin with interviews and possibly freeze some accounts. That night my phone blew up with messages. From Wanjiku, you really called the police? I can't pay school fees now. From Martin, you've ruined us. From Mum, you've brought shame. Your father is unwell. Withdraw the case now. I replied with one line, you did this, not me. The next day Wanjiku showed up outside my apartment, makeup ruined, eyes wild. We're family, she shouted. I'm calling Kamau, I said. Oh please. That man is brainwashing you. He used to care about us. There's a difference between care and being exploited. Exploited? You're making Martin lose his job. Did any of you think about me? When you took my money. She stepped back. You've changed. Yes. I'm done being used. A few days later, Brian visited. They're panicking. But I support you. I'll testify. You knew. I asked. They were planning to use your account for the wedding. I didn't stop them. I'm sorry. Then make it right. He nodded. I will. The trial began. Brian's testimony sealed it. Amelia and Martin were charged. My parents were investigated for conspiracy. The judge issued a restraining order. As we left court, I saw fear in Wanjiku's eyes. Not anger, fear. Kamau held my hand. You okay? Yes. I'm okay now. Later, we celebrated our engagement with Kamau's family. You're ours now, his mother said. That night, Brian appeared outside the restaurant. I heard, congratulations. He smiled. I want to find work in Nairobi. I want to be close to you. My heart warmed. I hadn't lost everything. I still had Brian. I was building a new family. Weeks later, I received an email from someone named Miriam, Martin's cousin. Dear Nyambura, you don't know me well, but I've been in your shoes. Thank you for standing up. Your story gave me the courage to say no. Her words lit something in me. This wasn't revenge. It was protection. For me and others. Eventually, the court sentenced Amelia and Martin. 3 years probation, ordered to repay 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, plus 650,000 Kenyan shillings in damages, and a 5-year restraining order. News stations picked up the story. Financial abuse in Kenyan families. It started a real conversation. Messages flooded in. Thank you for your strength. I'm going to protect myself too. Kamau looked at me. Your hope for others now. 2 months later, the deadline passed. Their accounts were frozen. Assets seized. Martin lost his job. Their house faced auction. My parents too were affected. For a second I felt guilty. But I remembered Kamau's words. They did this to themselves. Finally I felt free. I was reclaiming my life. One choice at a time. And this time I would build a true family.